What's up, everybody? New Suit Fitness back again with another rule to tailor by. Today is the 4th of July, that's why I'm repping my gear. I'm repping the flag to show thanks to all those who have died protecting it, all of our men and women who have served from 1776 to now. So thank you to all those who are serving, active serving, and to those who have lost their lives or lost health, safety, well-being. So today I'm going to talk about America. I'm going to talk about a problem that I've seen in these past years of actually being kind of an adult and looking around. And I'm not going to go in the direction you think I'm going to go into. I'm not going to go with the hot topics of debate right now, because this is not what I'm going to talk about. It's not fitness, it's not well-being. Well, it is well-being, but it's not fitness, it's not health. And that's what I'm going to talk about. So I'm skipping on the rules to tailor by. I'm skipping 3, 4, 5, something like that. I'm jumping straight into start 'em young, work 'em old. Okay? This is a very important rule, as they all are. But this one's about childhood obesity and about adulthood obesity as well, but mainly childhood obesity. If you've read the blog, you'll know there's a lot of numbers and statistics in there. I won't talk about those much, but I will just use my phone real quick just to highlight some of the key ones, just so we can dive into it, okay? The prevalence of obesity is 18.5% and affects about 13.7 million children and adolescents. Obesity prevalence is 13.9% among 2 to 5-year-olds, and 18.4% among 6 to 11-year-olds, and 20.6% among 12 to 19-year-olds. Obesity is not being overweight. Obesity is when your BMI is 30 or more. We're not talking about muscular people. We're talking about pure fat being 30 or more. You have overweight, which is 24.9 to 29, and then obesity from 30 to 40, something like that, and then you have morbid obesity. So obesity is a strong thing to be labeled, and we're talking 18.5%, 13.7 million children, okay? Let's see what else. Nearly 14% of children, 2.5 years old, are obese. That's huge. In 2002, the rate of type 2 diabetes, which is the diabetes you develop due to poor nutrition, poor exercise, poor everything, right? You know what it is. That has increased by 4.8% since 2002. And I'm not going to get into the whole adult obesity stuff because we know America's. Okay, so America. That's what we're talking about now, right? We're talking about America. It's 4th of July. I'm proud to be an American. I appreciate all the freedoms I have. I know there's some hardships going on right now, obviously. I'm not going to, pretend that we're the perfect country, but we're doing pretty good. I think we have done pretty well. Do we have our faults? Yes. But what I want to talk about is one of those faults. Childhood obesity is a major, major issue worldwide, but especially in the United States. When you think about, as a person living outside the United States, when you say the word American, I feel like you hear gun, fast food, fat people, and there's probably a slew of other terms that aren't very nice, but those 3 stick out to me at least. And childhood obesity is the one that I think we can fix. We have control over. Children have to be given things, right? They need guidance. They need essentially leadership. They don't cook their own food. They don't decide when it's time to play. They don't decide when they're going to go outside and play sports or go on a hike or, do anything active. It's not their decision. I wish it was sometimes, but it's not. The decision lies within the parents or the guardians, right? And I'm not saying that it's an easy task, and I'm not trying to put blame on anybody who hasn't done the best job. The problem is that we can do better. Kids need guidance. They need time to release they have so much energy, but they gotta let it out. You have to. 30 minutes a day is all it takes. With a well-balanced diet, obviously. Not honey buns, not, just candy and sugar. And I know it's easy. I've fallen in that same trap. I got 2 nieces, and I know how easy it is to succumb to, can I please have this? While they're screaming or crying, and just to get them to stop, say, there you go. I've done it. I'm not saying that if you have, you're a bad person. Not what I'm saying. But it takes a team, it takes a group, it takes a community to build the best children. I mean, it's almost as if we're building these kids, and I mean, it's our job to design them the way we want them to. It's our job to tailor them to a healthy future. So when it comes to obesity, oh man, come on. When it comes to obesity in children, it's not their fault. And I don't want to put blame on anybody, but it's not their fault. Of all the problems in the world, childhood obesity, you cannot blame children. That's it. So where do we put the blame? Well, how about we all just take a portion of it? How about we all admit that we could do better? I know I could. How about we all admit that we've slacked because it's hard? And I get that too. But when you walk around a Walmart or a Kroger or a mall or school, and you see these kids who are struggling to keep up, who are busting out of their shirt, it's sad to me. It makes my heart hurt. It's part of the reason why I got into personal training. I want to help kids. I haven't been able to actually do that directly yet, and that sucks. But hopefully more time and more people to being open to knowing, understanding that a personal trainer isn't just for adults. We can help anybody, or I can at least give guidance. Even if you have questions, just ask me. I know how to actually train a child. I studied it. So there's a stigma around that, I think, or at least a fear of parents. If they go to a personal trainer, they think they're acknowledging that they failed, when that's not the case. Failing is when you give up. Failing is when you stop. When you stop pushing forward, when you stop trying. As long as you're trying, as long as you're acknowledging the fact that you can do better, we as a community can do better, then you haven't failed. You have to try for their sake, because they don't know. They don't understand how food works. They don't understand how they have to get out and move. They don't understand that being in nature is good for you. And I understand during this time, during this corona, it's hard to really get outside. It's hard to be active, which means we have to work even harder. We have to put even more effort in. So again, it's not that you failed. It's that we all can do better. I want to help people in all walks of life, every creed. I want to build them up to be the best people they can be. I want us all to work together to get to that best point. And I think it starts as a child. I don't want a kid to miss out on playing sports in his prime time, in his 16 to 18, because he was obese as a 4-year-old. I don't want her to not be able to play basketball or softball or whatever it may be because her knees hurt, because as a 4-year-old she was carrying around 60 pounds of extra weight. 60 is aggressive. 20 pounds of extra weight. So it's scary to me that these numbers exist. It's scary to me that people don't realize it's so hard to get out of that. If you look at people who were obese as a child, likely they're obese now. It's likely. I'm not saying it's the case for everybody. A lot of people got out. And I say it got out because it is a trap. It's hell. If you are struggling to move, to get out of bed, to shower, to clean, then you're not living your max capacity, you know. And I've always said, the first rule, don't beat yourself up over it, but acknowledge it, right? So again, as a parent, don't beat yourself over the fact that your child might be a little overweight, but acknowledge it and do better. I need to do better. I have friends and family that I could help way more than I do, and I'm gonna acknowledge that. I'm acknowledging it right now. Roni, you gotta do better. You know, you can talk a lot, but the action, everybody knows, speaks far louder. So that's just what it is today. That's my take on where America is right now. I know there's a lot of things other than that going on, but from a health perspective, childhood obesity is neglected, and it's sad. Our schools aren't doing enough to educate our kids on what nutrition is. Our schools aren't doing enough to implement physical education, physical requirements. You know, the mile today, it ain't a mile, and if it is, you don't gotta run. I mean, I grew up, graduated high school in 2013, and every year I noticed it got worse and worse. You know, the gym teachers stopped caring, and that sucks, because a lot of my gym teachers were awesome. They really were. I loved them all. Coach Z, shout out, man. But there's an issue within the education system about childhood obesity, and I'm talking from 4 years to 18. We need to do better at helping each other, working together as a community in all aspects of life, being there for each other, supporting each other as parents, as friends, as family members, as brothers and sisters, as aunts and uncles. We got to be there for each other. We got to support our children because they can't support themselves. They need guidance. They need help. We're supposed to be the ones to do that. So, again, I know it's kind of a downer on the 4th of July, but it's kind of a wake-up call too. You know, I do want to say again, thank you to all those who have served and are serving. It means a lot to me. I have family that served. I have friends that serve. So I'm really appreciative that I have this opportunity. I'm appreciative that I had a family who was active. I'm appreciative that they pushed us to go to sports, they pushed us to play, and even when we were fighting, you know, we got our energy out. So I'm thankful for the family that I have, and now I understand it's my turn to help. It's my turn to, as an adult, to take lead and help the kids who need it. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I hope you all follow suit. And again, just stay active, stay informed, stay educated, and just don't give up. You haven't failed until you give up. Never give up. So again, thank you guys for checking it out. Enjoy your 4th and be safe. Pursue fitness. Love America.